Hello everyone, this is Grandpa Hickory from Texas saying hello to all. Listen, there are serious problems to moving off grid and having your homestead out in the country, and I'm finding this out more and more. I'm moving towards doing it. I'm actively searching for property in Texas. I've already been with a log cabin maker here in Texas, and they're going to design my home and make it for me. And I'm trying to downsize and everything and trying to find financiers that would do it because I'm 73 years old and my credit union told me that I've been with since 1985. They said, we don't finance raw land, sir. Well, I talked to him, the man at the log cabin place yesterday, and he said, Mr. Grandpa Hickory, we have financiers that will finance your raw land and your cabin together. Well, I'm trying to get everything together and do it. See, let me tell you something. There are problems to moving off grid. And you say, what do you mean, Grandpa? Please explain it to me, because I would like to know how to get out of a city apartment where I'm paying so much money and they go up every year on me. What can I do, Grandpa? Okay, listen to me. You're going to have to find property. You're going to have to finance your property. And I strongly suggest Ulrich, Ulrich, log homes in Texas. I don't know where you're located at, but this is for Texas people that are thinking about living off grid. Well, let me tell you something. There's a lot of problems I'm encountering right now. Okay, I got a freezer and a refrigerator right here, and I've got an electric stove right here, and I've got a toaster right here, and I've got a microwave oven right here. They are totally worthless. Listen, friends, when you move off grid, I've come to this reality. There's no way I can have cold refrigerator and a freezer. I cannot have a microwave. I cannot have a toaster. And listen, I love cornbread. I make it all the time in my electric oven. Friends, you can't do that. So when I have my log home built, the Lord God willing, if it's His will that I get it, I've got to find property, and the stupid realtor that I have right now is sending me all over Texas. I drove over 250 miles, and I asked her point blank, is that a flood zone? Oh, no, Grandpa, it's not. Well, I got there, and they wanted me to sign papers agreeing to the fact that half of the property is underwater 9 months out of the year. I want to ask you the question. Would you buy property like that? I had to turn around. You know how long it took me to drive 258 miles the other side of Grand Saline, Texas, to way out where I live? I was exhausted, and I don't like driving at night. And I had to drive in bumper-to-bumper traffic. Friends, I had to come through Dallas, Texas. Oh, God, that traffic was horrible. But anyway, let me get back to everything, okay? Listen to me. You want to move out of the city. You want to buy your own property. And I highly suggest buy you an Ulrich log home. You say, well, they're expensive and they're this. Let me tell you something. They're better than any Mexican-built contractor particle board home that puts a little film of aluminum foil up and tells you that's excellent insulation there. No, it's not. It's a scam. And then they charge you $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 for a particle built home that you're going to have major problems with, because they have got the cheapest appliances, the cheapest plumbing. Oh, listen, people, I've been there. I live in the city right now in an apartment. I moved into it at $425 a month. And as soon as I moved in, they forced me to sign another lease. They went up $525 on me and told me this place is remodeled. They put brand new granite on top of particle board cabinets, and I have to sweep every day because the particle board is crumbling. Any road, let me tell you something. When you go to live off grid, there's no refrigeration. You have no water. Now, I want to do what Doug and Stacy, homesteadliving.com on YouTube does. And what they have done is they've moved completely off grid. And they have been living there over 16 years. And I've been in touch with them. They live up in Louisiana, Missouri. They want me to move up there, but the Democrats have a tax of a state income tax, which is unconstitutional. On top of you paying federal income tax, you've got to pay state income tax. And if you have any investments, they get a percentage of your investments. I'm not going to do that, and I know you don't want to do it, but let me tell you something. Friends, do your research. Now listen, technology is changing. Don't get these solar cells on top of your house that are heavy and bulky, and you got to have a construction crew come out and take them off, because see, they have to be serviced. They don't tell you this stuff. And then you've got to buy battery banks that only a forklift can pick up. Now, you living out in the country, do you have a forklift? You're on dirt ground. How are you going to drive a forklift on dirt ground? You'll sink past your axles. You know how heavy a forklift is? Okay, friends. All I'm trying to do is educate you and let you know I am moving off grid. And now I have encountered this. But listen, Elon Musk, their technology, Elon Musk, they have come up with solar cells that are completely different. Don't get these solar cells that you got to build this great big array on your property and you got to have them aimed up and they take up all kinds of space on your property. You don't want that. You have a combination of Elon Musk solar cells, which are extremely thin, they're light, and it's amazing what they're producing. But listen, this is just the beginning. I'm not in a hurry. Donald Trump's not in office yet. Okay, now we're coming down to what I'm trying to talk to you about. Financing. Okay, I went to my 401k people and I told them, listen, I want to live off grid. I found a log cabin. I want to get it. I only have this small amount in my 401k. What can I do? And they said, sir, sit still where you are. Because when Donald Trump comes in office, your 401k is going to shoot up to over $1 million. Well, if this is true, then I'll be able to afford my dream of living off the country. But I haven't found the property yet. I've been looking everywhere. I would rather owner finance than go through a crooked realtor and a crooked mortgage company that all they do is charge you fees, fees, fees. Friends, check it out. Mortgage companies cost you $5,000, $6,000, $8,000. And then your realtor, they get 7.5% to 8.5%. Do the math. It's no good. But listen to me, you that are going to think about moving out in the country off grid. That's the best thing you can ever do. Get out of the cities, people. The Democrats had us all come to the cities after the Great Depression when the war started. We all got jobs in the war factories, and they promised us liberty and justice for all. And the Democrats destroyed everything in our nation. They lied to us. And now we're all elderly and we're trapped in apartments that they keep going up and up and up on the rim. But Donald Trump's coming in, everything's going to change. But listen to me now. When you move out in the country, you're going to be living off grid. Okay, I want the rainwater system, okay? Well, the rainwater system, you've got to have a barn built. Okay, birds use the bathroom on top of the barn. Have you ever heard of bird flu? Have you ever heard of bird influenza? Okay, friends, you can buy filters, but who wants to drink water that has been urinated and has been defecated by birds using the bathroom? I mean, think about it, people. Okay, so now the second thing is you can have a water well put in. You've got to have an extremely good pump. You've got to have it connected. And the county, if you take a bath or a shower, they want you connected to a septic system, which you've got to pay annual fees for an inspector to come out and inspect your septic system. And I don't want that. I'm not having that. I'm having a compost toilet built. I'm going to do it myself. I will make videos and show you how to do it. And I am going to do this myself. But listen, let me tell you something. Friends, I'm facing it right now. I've got a refrigerator. You can see it right there. This refrigerator right here, okay, it is electric. This microwave right here is electric. Okay, my toaster's in the living room because I'm cleaning and everything. I'm trying to get rid of my clutter. Okay, so you can't see that, but friends, none of it works. When I move in the country, I will be on a kerosene lamp. I will be on battery-operated emergency lights. I will have no refrigerator. I will have no way to do anything. But listen, I've got a survival stove that I use to cook my meals on, to make my tea on and all this, but I have no water. Well, I have to go to Walmart or Costco and buy those big 2.5-gallon containers of water and have them delivered. And I hope Costco would deliver to me way out wherever I move to off the grid. I hope and pray to God, because I got me a Costco card and I'm going to be using it to buy toilet paper, supplies, and everything else. But let me tell you something. Let's get back to this, okay? There are so many different solar things that are coming out. The technology is improving every day of the week. Friends, it's getting better and better. And people tell you, go buy an RV or a used trailer. You know how much an RV costs? Check it out. Now, why would you go buy an RV or get a little cheap rental trailer when you could take that money and buy you an Ulrich, U-L-R-I-C-H, they don't sponsor me, log cabin? Why would you do that? Did you know I looked at cabins yesterday? They started at $250,000, 2-bedroom, gorgeous place, beautiful porch, beautiful back porch. Oh, people, you won't believe it. Okay, then we went to the $235,000 one, and then we went to the one that's called Bear Lake that I like. It's called Bear Lake, you know, B-E-A-R, Lake, L-A-K-E. It's $115,000 to $120,000. Well, I'm going to try to finance all these things. Plus, I got to finance a property, but I've got a realtor in Plano, Texas, that's sending me to Democrat, Oklahoma, that charges an unconstitutional state income tax. I cannot afford to pay federal income tax, state income tax, property tax, and sales tax. And property taxes are illegal. If you buy a car and you pay the tax on that, answer me. Do you have to pay taxes on that car every year? No. Why? Because you already bought it. You already paid the price. But you see, the Democrats came in and said, let's charge them property tax and we can raise it every year. And we can keep charging them property tax year after year. This is a socialist, communist, democratic tax that has been put on the American citizen. I'm sorry, you say, Grandpa, you're acting strange. Let me tell you something. I get upset because I am trying to get out of this apartment and move off grid. Well, now I'm faced to where I'll have no electricity. I'll be in pitch black dark. I'll have no way to keep my food. I love cornbread. I can't cook cornbread. I love mush. I can't cook mush. I don't have an oven. I have no way to do anything. Well, I started thinking, propane is a good idea to have a propane stove in the kitchen. I can get a 500-gallon propane tank installed, have a line run into my kitchen to my stove, and see, they furnish me with a stove when I buy my log home. When you buy a log home, you get all of your appliances, but you do not get a washer dryer. You do not get a refrigerator. Okay, now you can buy refrigerators from Lehman's. That's Lehmans. They're in Oak, Ohio, I think Akron, Ohio, and they sell refrigerators that use propane. But here's the thing. It uses lots of propane, but you'll have a freezer refrigerator until you can get established to get everything going. Okay, now rainwater system, I'm trying to find out about it because I don't like the birds pooping in my water that's coming off the top of the barn and going down through the spout into my storage tanks. Then you've got to have all these super expensive filters. I mean, people, I'm telling you everything about moving off grid that you've got to know and you've got to be aware of. And listen, people say, why don't you get property and buy an Amazon tiny home? Tiny homes are no good. They have no resale value. They don't last 20 years. They're made of cheap materials. They don't tell you this, but that's a fact. You've got to go in and heavily insulate them. You've got to go in and have them heavily electrified with cables that will handle solar energy and wire. You can't use regular electrical lines you have in a house in the city. It would burn your place now. Because solar energy and wind energy, they're producing direct current, people. You're not on AC anymore. Now, you can buy a converter, but you still got increased amounts of current. All these things you've got to know about. And all I'm doing in this video is showing you and telling you what you're going to expect. A lot of people, they get trailers, they buy property, and they live in that trailer until they can get their place built. And they buy the Amazon homes, and I've warned people, and they don't listen to me. Now they've come back to me a year later, and they're saying, we're going to have to abandon our homestead. We can't make it. Of course you can't. Of course you can't. But these are the things that I am researching, and I'm going to bring them to you in the videos and show you what I'm doing. I'm going to show you my property. I've got to have a bulldozer brought in when I finally find the place. But I've got a crazy realtor that's taking me out to Wichita Falls in the desert where tornadoes come through, and I told them I don't want that. And they say, well, go to Oklahoma. Oklahoma's destroyed by tornadoes every year. Check it out, people. Check it out. I have. So that's where I'm at. And all I'm doing is trying to tell you, these are the things that I'm facing, but I want you to take comfort. I am going to guide you and show you every step of the way through my journey into living off grid. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm Grandpa Hickory. and I will be giving you videos and showing you how you can do the same thing. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.